Barefoot running, pros and cons from someone that's actually done it. Shocker. Welcome back guys, Callous Fitness. Now that probably was a little bit of a cantankerous intro, but so many people talk about barefoot running but have never actually tried it. They like to say all of the things like you can't run on concrete, you can't run on hard surfaces, you can't do this, you can't do that. They've never tried it. They've never even tried running in barefoot running shoes. They run in these high-heeled padded shoes and then think that they're qualified to give an opinion on barefoot running. So today, this video, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of running fully barefoot. The first pro, improved gait. As soon as you start running barefoot, it's going to be like this enlightening moment. You're going to be running as nature intended, as you have evolved to do. And when you start doing that, it's going to feel great, but your gait is going to become bouncy, it's going to become faster, it's going to become more choppy, it's going to become all the things that your gait should be. So running gait is essentially your leg turnover, speed, the motion of how you do that. Everything about how your legs turn over is essentially your gait, and it will improve just by taking your shoes off and running. Con number one. Let's start with the obvious one. There's no protection between the ground and your foot. So even when you're running in something like a Vibram 5-finger or a Barefoot minimalist running shoe, there's protection. There's a fair amount of protection between your foot and the floor. Now we're not talking about the barefoot running haters that are talking about running on hard surfaces and things like that, but running in the modern world does bring with it risks. So you've got glass, you might have sharp stones, you might have needles, or animals might have left behind a little present, something like that. There are challenges and risks things that you might not want to step on in your bare feet in the modern running world. Now the uplift of that is when you're running in bare feet, you'll get calloused soles, the skin on the bottom of your feet will become thicker, harder, and it will become more resistant to landing on things like this, but it still carries with it a risk. Pro number two, foot strike. So your foot strike will be immediately improved as well. So similar to gait, when you start running in barefoot running shoes, you will find that you're running with the perfect foot strike for your intended pace. What you're going to find that you're not doing is that you are not heel striking. Foot strike will immediately be improved, and that will transfer over to running in barefoot or minimalist running shoes, or even, heaven forbid, running in padded high-heeled shoes. Following on from the first con is that you'll have limited running routes. Because of the different surfaces and the challenges that might bring, you're going to be limited to where you can go. If you're running in particularly a trail shoe, you can pretty much go wherever you want without any worries. If you're running somewhere that might have broken glass, you're not going to want to run there, you're not going to want to even take that risk. So it does limit your running routes to a certain extent. But again, having said that, I know people that watch my channel that are seasoned barefoot runners that run around New York, Central Park and all kinds of built up urban areas. So it's not a complete limiting factor, but it is something that you need to take into consideration. Another positive uplift of barefoot running is strengthening your feet, your ankles and your calf muscles. Now for anyone that's transitioned into barefoot running or barefoot running shoes in the past will know and understand the pain that comes, the ligament and muscle pain that comes when you first transition into this style of running. It is because you've let your muscles atrophy over time. So that means they've not been used and they've wasted away over time through misuse. It's just like if you put your arm or your leg into a cast, that muscle will waste away through not being used at all. It atrophies. And essentially when you start barefoot running, you will build up the muscles, the ligaments in your feet, your ankles and your calves, your lower leg. And that is going to prevent injury. It's going to make you a better runner, and it's going to allow you to enjoy running further, have a much more storied, longer running career. It's all good. So it's a massive positive from Barefoot running. Now, we mentioned this as part of one of the positives earlier, but another con of Barefoot running, the calloused feet may not be too attractive. Not everybody's going to agree that this is a con, and I really don't. Now, my feet only really ever come out barefoot if I'm walking about. I don't wear flip-flops. I wear Vibram 5 fingers, or I'll just go completely barefoot. So, and I don't care about the state of my feet. I am proud of the calluses on my feet, but it will be a con for many people to have that thick callus on your feet, on the soles of your feet. My feet are a complete mess. I'm proud of it. A lot of people may not be. Another positive uplift is faster running. Isn't that what we're all looking for at the end of the day? For all the reasons we've talked about up until this point, improved gait, improved foot strike, improved strength in your lower legs, all of these equate to being able to absolutely smash it and run quickly. We're not talking about shuffle running or heel running or just, you know, grinding out miles. We're talking about smashing it out fast, enjoyable running. We're starting to scrape the barrel a little bit of the cons. You might have known that it might be the case though, because I'm a huge advocate of barefoot running. But one of the things is that you might be socially shunned. So it's not really socially accepted to run in completely barefoot. Who cares? You know, a lot of people will, I don't. Hopefully a lot of people that are watching this video don't, but if you're on the fence about, oh, I'd love to try barefoot running, but I'm worried about what other people are going to think, and this, that and the other, you can't live your life like that. We'll be out there smashing out the miles with a smile on our face, enjoying it. So you will be socially shunned, people will look down their nose at it, but really you just need to have it like a water off duck's back, brush it off, smile, enjoy, embrace, and know that you are on the correct path. Now, if you've liked this video, please do hit the like button. Please share your experiences of barefoot running, whether it's in shoes or out of shoes, whether you do one or the other, whether you do both, any stories you might have, share them in the comments down below, share them on the Steve Callous Fitness Facebook page, which is in the description down below. Guys, I love hearing from you. I love your likes, shares, I love all your support, everything that you do for me. I love the community that we've built. Barefoot running is here to stay. We know why, we're the enlightened ones. Let's stay on that track. You know what to do by now. Keep it rolling.